Hey guys, welcome back to Grain Free Homestead. I'm Stephanie and it's been a while. We have been very busy working on our farmhouse, the renovation, and just getting everything ready so that we can live there. We are living there, but we're kind of living in just a section of the house and we're all together. So we've been working pretty hard and it may be a while before we get there. But we haven't gotten done is our garden. So it's the middle of May. We're in Kentucky, Zone 6A. And so after Derby is the time to get your summer garden in. And usually we're right on it. The first week of May, even the week before sometimes, if the weather's permitting, we get everything in the ground. But we've had so much going on that we really haven't got much going on. I got my tomatoes in the ground, got my onions in the ground over here. I have my sweet potatoes. I do have a few things in, but not everything. I don't have my squash, I don't have my zucchini. Let's see what else. I don't even have my potatoes yet because we were moving our raised bed around. And so we didn't have the dirt ready to put our potatoes in it. So we just have a lot going on right now. And that's what I kind of wanted to do a video on, was that life happens, or maybe you're a beginner gardener. Maybe you've never done it any other way. So I wanted to kind of discuss the different ways of getting your plants and your seeds and your garden going. This year we're having to do a hybrid of some bought plants and some plants that we started by seed, and then we're just sowing directly into the ground for some other things. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So if you're a new gardener or you've just got life going on, and we all have life going on, it isn't a bad idea to buy plants. And we're gonna head out to Derek's family's. They have a plant nursery and a landscaping business. And we're gonna head out that way, and I'm gonna show you some options that you can do for buying your plants. It's Bonnie plants, and it kind of gives you an idea of price, how much they are. Is it a good deal? Is it not a good deal? And then I wanted to show you all our grow room, things that we have started in there, and they aren't doing the best this year. So we're having to lean heavily on bought plants this year. But we're gonna head over to the grow room. I'm gonna show you kind of what we're doing this year. And if you're at the point in gardening where you're putting more and more stuff in, you may consider starting your plants from seed. So I'm kind of gonna show you our setup. It isn't perfect, it isn't pretty, but it's what normally works for us. So let's head over there. Okay, so we're over here in our what we're calling our grow room. It's just a nice room with all kinds of lighting in here. There's lighting and windows everywhere. So we're using it as our grow room. And I'm gonna zoom in here and show you kind of what we got set up. And this is great if you're dedicated, you're into gardening, you've been gardening for several years, and you know, you're tired of maybe buying plants, you know, having to buy the plant starts, and you're ready to take that next step. And let me show you what we got going with that. So we just have a table here. This is a seed mat. Hang on, let me move my chicken feeder. We got our little chicks in here too. This is where our brooder goes. But this is a seed warming mat. I need a bigger table. This is just, like I said, we've been working so hard on the house. We were just happy to get some things in here. This is where I started my sweet potatoes. I've got them in these little trays here. And I have already, can you see all these starts? They're going crazy everywhere. I have already filled up my barrels and my planters with sweet potatoes, and I still have this many more. So I have a video on this. If you want to check it out, I can link it at the end. This is the best way to start sweet potato slips, in my opinion. We're just so much more successful this way. Normally on my mat, I do not have it plugged in right now because I don't have any seeds that I'm starting. It just gets a little bit warm enough to sprout the seeds. And I'll show you. I have these little trays here that come out, and I wash them and save them every year. I label what they are, that kind of thing. And I start these on this seed mat over here. And you know, it only takes maybe a week, usually at the most, for the seeds to come up. And once they do, I move them over to another tray where I know they're going to get plenty of light. And You can see how tall and spindly these are. These are some full dew or kind of like jalapenos. Jalapenos, they're not hot. But because of everything we had going on this year, everything, see, is kind of tall and spindly. I'll still put this in the ground. I'll just plant it deep and it should be okay. That gets me to the point of where I was. Because we weren't able to take care of all of our seeds and get everything started this year, we have had to buy some plants to get them in the ground because one, we're behind. Two, we haven't had time to pay attention and take care of the seedlings like we should. And so that's why we're probably going to have to start with plant starts in our garden this year. And there's nothing wrong with that. So we're kind of doing a hybrid. We started some things our own and we're buying some plants on our own. Definitely the most cheaper way to get your plant starts is to start by seed if you can. Now there is an initial setup of like you need to buy a seed mat. If you don't have a room like this, you will need a grow light. And we do have a grow light, but we didn't need it in here. So there is some upfront cost to starting seeds yourself. But by the second or third season, they've paid for themselves compared to what you would pay for plant starts. So this just gives you an idea. Starting plants is easy, pretty easy. You just need some potting soil. You can use like a premix that you buy at Walmart or Lowe's or somewhere. I like to mix that. I like to mix that with like some compost so that there's some good bacteria and organic stuff going on in the soil so that it isn't dead soil. But here is what that Jiffy, this goes a long, long way for seed starting because it doesn't take a whole lot. So it's pretty basic. So you just need your seed mat, a light source, and your dirt and trays. I even use leftover trays from when I have bought plant starts before. I'll wash those trays out and save them, and I use those. So you don't have to buy plant trays. You can use ones that you've had previously from before. You are going to start by seed. I wanted to show you. You kind of have to think ahead and order early. We order from M.I. Gardner for the most part. We do like Baker Creek as well. But this year we ordered from M.I. Gardner. And you have to kind of think ahead. So I usually order in the winter time or sometimes at the end of the year, like November. November, December is my ordering time. And so you have to plan your garden out early if you're going to start by seed and grow everything by seed so that you have it ready. And ordering seeds is fun. You get what you want for the most part. You know, all of the good stuff. I also save seeds. That's a whole other thing. It's kind of like you start out buying all your seeds. It's like this contagious thing, like tattoos. You know, you just get deeper and deeper into it, you know, and then you start saving your own seeds. And you have to buy plant markers, little seed bags. There's all kinds of good things that you get, but you have to plan ahead if you're gonna seed start. One of the advantages of starting your own seeds is that you can get varieties that maybe you can't find in the store. These San Marzanos tomatoes are what I love for thick tomato sauce and salsa. And I can't find San Marzano plants very often. So as you get particular, once you get into canning or preserving, and you've been gardening for a while, you will find varieties that you really, really like. And so seed starting kind of comes naturally as a progression in the gardening process. California Wonder, there's all these different, you know, varieties out there. National Pickling, that is my favorite. And I do like Boston Pickling, cucumbers, because I like crunchy pickles. So there's all these little things that, you know, you just kind of learn as you go. And that's how everything is. So, you know, that was my seed set there. For this year, a lot of it, as you can see, they're unopened packages because we moved after I ordered these. And so I had good intentions and it just didn't happen. But these will stay good. They're good. Seeds stay good for several years. I'll keep them in a cool, dark place. Dry is another thing. And so they'll be good for next year. And I will definitely use them next year. The ones that I didn't use this year. We're getting ready to head over to the nursery, and we want to show you guys some Bonnie options. And that's if you're like, look, Stephanie, I don't have time, or, you know, I had this garden idea too late and I couldn't start my seeds. Well, that's okay. You got to have grace. And that's, to me, Bonnie plants are great for, and there's other brands. We just carry Bonnie, so that's why I'm saying Bonnie. But we'll head over there and I'll show you. Those are great for if you've never done this or you don't know how to start by seed. This is a great place to start. Okay guys, so we're over here at the nursery and I wanted to show you kind of what the selection is for Bonnie. So Bonnie is great for if you didn't get to start seeds, or maybe you're a new gardener and you've never started seeds, or you don't have the setup for starting your own plants. Bonnie can offer a great selection. And what Bonnie is you kind of see them at Lowe's and Tractor Supplies, Rural Kings. They all offer like this kind of selection. And some of the things they have are a good deal, and some of the things they have aren't a good deal. But there's pros and cons to all of it. If you don't have time to start your seeds, you got to get your plants somewhere. And this is just one of the options. So I wanted to show you there's kind of good deals versus bad deals for Bonnie. So we wanted to kind of break it down for you. So Bonnie kind of has these options where it's a single plant like this. And this one single plant, this is a red beefsteak, is $5.48 for one plant. And yes, it is a healthy plant and it's nice and big. But you also have 6-packs. So for 6, and these are the Bonnie original, but they have all different kinds, like Better Boy, Jet Stars, all that kind of stuff, for $5.98. So for $1 a plant, that's not too bad. So if I were going to use Bonnie, this is what we use, and we are using some of these this year. We're doing so much renovation and so much work on the house, and it gets pretty busy here at the nursery, so we're really busy in the springtime, that this year we are substituting, or I should say supplementing, our seed starting with some of these plants this year. So it has its benefits, and I wanted to kind of show you all that if you look, you can get good deals with this type. I don't know if there's other varieties like Bonnie, but you can get good deals with this kind of stuff. I have a little friend here. He's one of our nursery cats. This is baby. They're the same with their peppers. If we come down here, 6 packs on their peppers, and this is like a jalapeno, and they're good size. See how healthy they are? And they come out every week and they exchange them to make sure that they're healthy. And so this 6-pack is $5.98. So $1 a plant. But then they also have, they did have some, these guys, $5.48. And yes, it's a little bit bigger plant, but not that much bigger. So if you're just, you know, a hobby gardenist and you only want one tomato and you only want one pepper, this may be the way to go for you. But if you're planting a whole bunch of stuff, at $5.50 a plant, that's going to get expensive really, really quick. Things like herbs, if you're not able to start, this is $5.78 for this one basil. If you can start with seed, that's probably the best thing to do, but you know, life happens and sometimes you can't do that. So I just wanted to show you guys, they have all kinds of things. Cabbage, it's $5.98 for a 6-pack. They have celery, lettuce, cucumbers. A lot of people like to start with cucumber plants. We always start by seed, but you know, I guess a lot of people do start with cucumber plants and zucchini, like up here. And if you look in here, a lot of times there'll be 2 or 3 plants. It's a 6-pack, but there'll be a couple plants in each little pocket there.
Bonus plants.
Yeah, those are bonus plants. They do have a good variety. There's Better Boys, Rutgers. Here's more Rutgers. There's the Homesteader. They had Jet Star last week, but I think we sold out of Jet Star.
There's a few hot peppers that they have too. But I mean, if you're looking for different varieties, they have a lot of the basic varieties. But if you're looking for something that's kind of odd, then
they even have sweet potato starts. And if you look in there, that's 3 in that one hole. So you can get quite a few. See how many's in there?
So their packs are like 6.
It's a 6-pack, but there a lot of times there's a whole lot more in there than what than what it says.
But if you're looking for something different, something odd, it might be better to find a nursery that grows from seed,
Yep.
or to order seeds from like M.I. Gardner or Baker Creek.
Yeah, they have citronella, lemongrass, things like that.
We normally have strawberries here. Like,
We're sold out. We're sold out of strawberries right now.
are they in baskets normally?
They're in baskets. They are like $18, but there's 4 to 5 strawberries in each basket, so you could split them up if you wanted to. This was just a good option. We'll head back to the house and we'll show you some more stuff. Okay guys, so you got an idea of what you can go to a nursery or to like a garden supply store and get plant starts already started. And you know, if you get those 6-packs like what I showed, that's not too bad of a deal, I don't think. Especially, you know, when you don't have the time is money. And so it's worth it sometimes just to buy what you can get already done. So you just kind of do what you can do for your own garden, you know. This year we putting some seed in the ground, we started some in the grow room, and we're buying stuff from Bonnie. So we're doing all 3 this year. So I just wanted to encourage you, it doesn't matter where you're at, there is a way to get your food in the ground, and it doesn't have to be a certain way or a particular way. Sometimes I think that, you know, we get kind of stuck on, well, if I can't start my own plants, they're not any good. Or some people maybe don't know another way, and they spend $60, $70, $80 on garden plants, and you don't have to do that either. There's a way to do it cheaply, but there's also times when you need to buy your plants. So that's all that we kind of wanted to say was, you know, if you're a beginner gardener, just focus on growing, maybe just focus on taking care of them and what does good in your garden or what does good in your sunlight or in your area. And then maybe after you get a year or 2 under your belt, maybe then focus on starting your plants. And because that's a whole nother thing you have to learn and get good at. And you kind of have to know the plants before, when you start them by seed, do these look good? Should they look like this? And to do all of that at one time in the beginning, to start your plants by seed, take care of the seedlings, get them in the ground and get them growing big enough and strong enough, and then to take care of them through the summer and the growing months, that's a whole lot in 1 year. And if you've been gardening a long time, you've probably forgotten that, or maybe you don't realize, you know, it's a whole lot of information to take in. So starting with plants is easier, especially in the beginning, because then you can focus on growing. You can focus on, how do I take care of these plants? How do I keep my garden weeded, or how do I keep the pests out? There's all these things going into a garden. So the whole point in this video was to say, do what you got to do, but here's the different options. And we wanted to show you guys the different options. So you've got your seed starting, you've got your plant starts, you've got directly seeding in the ground. There's all these different options. So, you know, do what you got to do. And guys, we've missed seeing you guys. We haven't had a lot of videos lately. Let me come over here. The air conditioner kicked on. We haven't had a lot of videos just because of life. It's a busy season for us in the spring because of the nursery, and we also moved at the same time, and we have so much to do here that we just aren't able to get videos out. So we apologize for that, and we are trying to get back to more regular videos. We like to do 1 to 2 videos a week, and it just hasn't been happening. But hang in there with us. We are trying, and we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the shares. Hang in there. If you're into farmhouse renovation, I'll attach a video at the end. That's just something fun that we're kind of doing. It's not really homesteading related, but it is related to our homestead, so we're just going to go ahead and go with it and do videos with that as well. So guys, we appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video.